did I pick such long books? Seriously, why? I have no idea why. But this is my N.E.W.T.s wrap-up. This was started by Book Roast. I absolutely love this read-a-thon. I love it, I love it, I love it. I hope that there's going to be a bonus one this year. I get so excited. But for this past month, I had to read 17 books. And most of them were either, you know, almost 500 pages or somewhere between 400 and 500 pages, or like something ungodly like 15 hours audio, and it was absolutely insane. Plus I wasn't even home at the beginning of the month, so that kind of just puts a damper on things a little bit. But I did end up finishing 15 out of the 17 books, which I have to say, that's something that I am proud of. I could have finished a 16th book, but I ended up doing other things. I don't know why I ended up doing other things. My best friend Brandy said, shouldn't you be reading? It's like, yeah, I should. But I was playing Merge Dragons, and if you've ever played that game, you would understand. And, you know, I was doing some depotting and stuff with my makeup, and just, I should have been reading to get at least 16 books done. But nevertheless, let's talk about the books that I went ahead and finished. I did go ahead and finish 4 of the classes, and I also worked on 2 of them. I was almost done with one of them, but it is what it is. So I've got my sheet right here, and so let's go ahead and start from the beginning with Ancient Runes. I had to read all 3. So for A, I had to read A Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult. I don't know how to say her last name. And that was read a book that is recommended by a friend, and Brandy went ahead and recommended this book to me, and this was phenomenal. I really did enjoy it. It was about basically an abortion clinic that ends up being shot up, and it's about, what I really enjoyed was the fact that it was about every single person that was in the abortion clinic at the time and how they got there. Some of them were weren't there for an abortion. Some of them were there just for, you know, birth control or things like that. It's from all different walks of life, all different kinds of reasons, and I really did enjoy it. The next one is a book written in past tense, and I read the biography Barnum, which was, it was alright. It was pretty good. I mean, if you don't know anything about Barnum, it definitely was very thorough. I did find it to be slow in some spots, but, you know, I did enjoy it. The next one I read was book that has been on your TBR for ages, and that was Killer Thriller. I really did enjoy that one. At the moment, I don't even remember what it was about unless I look on Goodreads. But I know that I gave it maybe 3 or 4 stars. I don't remember, but it was really, really good. Is that a dog coming in? I don't know. It's a ghost. Okay, so the next one is Arithmancy. I always have trouble saying that. Book that ends on an even number page, and that is Middlegame. I loved this book by Seanan McGuire. I absolutely love this book. I gave this one 5 stars. You guys definitely have to go ahead and check this one out. I don't really want to give any spoilers to it, but I don't know why I put this off for so long, but I absolutely loved it. Seanan McGuire has a gift. She has a gift. Love that book. And then I read A Standalone, which was the next prompt, and I read The Winter Riddle. And this is another book that I have been putting off, and I enjoy this author so much. He's so creative, and I believe his name is Sam Hooker. And this was basically about Santa and other fantastic creatures and things, and the worlds collide, and it's a book about Santa, and it was creepy, and it was cool, and I highly recommend it. And the next one was a book that's longer than 350 pages, and I read The Forbidden Door by Dean Koontz. I did not like this book. I like the concept of the book. You've of course, you know, I'm reading it the second to the last book in the series, and I didn't read the previous ones. But this is basically about a woman whose husband ends up killing himself, and she ends up discovering that there is this conspiracy with a whole bunch of people that go really high up that want to go ahead and implant these things. They shoot you up with something, with a chemical, and they take over your brain, and they can basically get you to do anything, including kill yourself. So it was a great concept, but I really thought that it was too long, and I don't know, I was just really bored with that. But I did read the last book as well for this, and we'll get to that one in a second, and I'll explain to you about that one. The next class that I finished was astronomy. For A, Moon on the cover or anywhere in the title, and I read Carolina Moon by Nora Roberts. It was really hard to find the audio for it because I knew that I was pinched for time, and audio I just tend to do better. So I ended up finding an abridged version of Carolina Moon, and I just didn't like it. I really liked the ending, but I really think that I need to actually read or listen to an unabridged edition. Otherwise, I'm going to just, otherwise I have just like this bad taste in my mouth about it. I need to read the whole entire thing to really form an opinion on it. But as it stands right now, I gave it like 2 stars, 2.5 stars. So yeah. And the next one is the word night in a book title or series name, and I read The Night Window, which was the series finale for the one that I read, The Forbidden Door. And it was so good. I really enjoyed it, but the big difference was I listened to this one on audio, and that made such a huge difference for me. Huge. I would highly recommend, if you're going to listen to this series, listen to it, or if you're going to read the series, definitely listen to it on audio, because that just changes things, and I really enjoyed it a whole lot more. And that's saying something, because I love Dean Koontz. This just didn't seem like very Dean Koontz-esque, I guess you could say. I feel like it was a ghostwriter, which I wouldn't be surprised, because he shells out books faster than I change socks. I don't know. His writing skills. I don't know. But the audio was really good. Okay, so where am I at now? Oh, okay, for herbology. This is where it gets a little... No, I actually finished this one. So for the first one in herbology, it's Mandrake. Quick, put your headphones on, listen to an audiobook, if not green cover. So I read Blessing in Disguise by Danielle Steele, and I absolutely love this book. Danielle Steele, for some reason, is kind of like a new to me author. I've never read her before, and this year I've really been experimenting with her books, and so far I've really enjoyed them. So the next one is read a book about 350 to 390 pages, and that is Dark Shores. This is very much a pirates, but not really type of book with fantastic. It's really kind of hard to explain, and I really did enjoy it, but I don't think that I would go back and read the sequel. I think I ended up giving it 4 stars, but I don't know. I kind of want to take that back the more I think about it. I just didn't really enjoy it as much as I initially thought I did whenever I go and I actually think about it. The next one is Read a Book with a Flower on the Cover, and I read I Spy the Boy Next Door. I loved this book. I gave this 5 stars. It is fluffy. It was a fluffy romance novel. It's about a girl who's homeschooled, and her senior year she goes ahead and convinces her parents to let her go to public school just to finish it out and make some friends. And she used to have panic attacks, and she still does, but it was so bad that she couldn't go to school. And so because of that, she's homeschooled and has been for years. And there is a cute boy next door, and she spies on him all the time. And she has been spying on him for about 5 years. And there's specific times that she goes ahead and spies on him and everything. So, you know, it was a very, very fluffy book, but the first half was fluffy. The second half gets really, really good because of the plot twists in it, and it completely changes the book, and I absolutely loved it. There are some like instant love type of deal in the book, but if you're able to look past that and some of the cliches that you find in all the other YA romance novels, I think you'll really, really enjoy this. So definitely gave it 5 stars. And so, okay. So for potions, I didn't finish it, but I did finish some of the books. I ended up finishing A, which is Polyjuice Potion, Read Your Friend's Favorite Book, and I read The Diviners. This was my first time reading Le Bray, and that probably has to go down as my favorite book. One of my favorite books of all time. I absolutely loved it. It was creepy good. It was creepy and I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't creepy in a scary way. It was just creepy. It was just creepy. It's about a girl who gets in trouble, and she is sent to live with her uncle. Now, she was sent. The reason why she was sent and got into trouble is because she's able to touch something and sees everything there is to know pretty much about this person. So she goes ahead and she moves to New York to see her uncle, and he owns like a creepy shop with all these creepy spooky things, and it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. The next one is House Ingredient, book with a cover in your Hogwarts house color, and I read The Silent Widow, and another really, really good book that I enjoyed. Now, for O, a book that starts with a prologue, and I chose The Dead Girl Stilettos, and I am right in the middle of the book, but I did not finish it. Otherwise, I would have finished Potions, but it is what it is, I guess. That's why I said I should have, because it's a really short book. I should have not done other things, and I should have just read, but it happens, I guess. And for Transfiguration, again, this is something that I finished 2 out of the 3 prompts. And so for the first one, read a book with LGBTQA representation, and I read The Apocalypse of Elena Mendoza. It's about a girl who was born by a mother who was a virgin, and they explain it and everything, and then she realizes she has this gift that she can heal people and not to tell anybody, because everybody knows that about her mom being a virgin and everything, so she's already pretty much a freak. And yeah, it was really, really good, and I'm not surprised at all, because one of my favorite authors, it goes without saying. And then the next one is read a book that's not a first in the series, and that one is That Ain't Witchcraft by Seanan McGuire. I actually started this book, and I thought to myself, you know what, this book is way too long. I want to get the other 2 shorter books out of the way, and I ended up getting one of the shorter books done and not the other, which was The Dead Girl Stilettos. So, you know, it happens. But I did go ahead and finish the last prompt for O. McGonagall does not mess around. Read a book over 500 pages. You see what I'm talking about? All these books. And I read Storm and Fury, another really, really good book that I enjoyed. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I did better than I thought that I would. I didn't think that I would even get close to 15 because of me being so busy and everything. But I'm glad I did, even though the last 2 classes were kind of out of order for me, or I just didn't finish. I feel like this was definitely successful. So I'm happy. And I can't wait for this read-a-thon to come up again. But that's okay, because Sims-a-thon is coming up, and I'm so excited for Sims-a-thon. You have no idea. I love that crap, and I'm going to be doing it. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye!